How much of your own experiences get infused into your show, and do you hesitate before writing these things in?
Yeah, they tell you to write what you know. They don't say it will kill you when you try to do it. For me, writing about my experience growing up, it was really liberating. The first draft of Speechless was very close to my actual experience. And it was just suffocating. You know, you have, it's hard enough to make one of these things entertaining or funny, but when you're walking that line between, you know, therapy and comedy writing, you know, you don't get paid for therapy. You have to weed out what's interesting to me because it's me and what's actually interesting. And there's also the added burden of like, what in this script is gonna piss off my uncle at Thanksgiving, you know? And so I found it far more liberating to like, sit down like, all right, what do I really want to hold on to here? And then let's take liberties around the margin.
I think I mean, honestly, we know each other. You had to get that draft out of your system.
Exactly,
yes, I think the show couldn't have
to know
existed
just how uninteresting my life
until you wrote the draft that wasn't
What was the biggest, I mean, what were the biggest changes made from that to what we see?
There were changes in terms of the disability, the significance of the character's disability, which is very different from my experience, my brother's experience. It was more of a one-for-one, this guy's my brother, this is my sister, and it just became like, well, she didn't say that, we can't do that story, because, if you're gonna keep cranking these things out,
that's the Goldbergs.
I need to use the bathroom. Go use the one at the gas station down the street. Or get me lotto tickets while you're there. 3, 12, 28. Just quick pick. Just get quick pick. Donnie, it's really stuck.
I got it. My God gave us soap. That is really in there, isn't it?
I'm stuck. Oh, God, we're gonna die in here.
You know, times that I've been in those rooms with people writing about their own thing, like, you know, when they'll say back, that's not how it happened, like, what if it did? Might that have been more interesting than your actual life? So, yeah, I think being able to take a little bit of license just takes a lot of the pressure off.
Do you have a responsibility to do more than simply make people laugh?
I don't feel the responsibility to do that, frankly. And the times that I've tried to teach lessons and to inform, they just fall flat and nobody's interested at all. I will say, if you're going to take on an issue at all, you damn well do your homework, because invariably there will be those who want it to represent, you know, in our case, disability, there isn't a ton of representation. So people will look to it and say, well, that's not my life. And this is, you know, one of few things that depicts it, so you have to get it right.
When is the right time to do a spinoff? And Scott, as someone who did both Friends and the Joey spinoff, what's your advice?
My initial reaction when approached to do it was, oh God, no, there's just no way this works. And then I thought, well, LeBlanc is a special guy, get to continue working with him, and it scares the hell out of me. And sometimes the things that scare you most are the exact things that you're supposed to do, or the thing you're definitely not supposed to do. And it's very hard in the moment to choose which one. So if there is the idea driving it, that's the time to do it. When it is decided that this is going to happen, we are going to make this spin-off, this sequel, and that's what drives it, it becomes a more cynical thing, and which is not how we went in, with open hearts and open minds and tried damn hard. And the funny thing is, like, the only problem with that show is that it had to succeed. You know, at the upfronts, it was like, how are we gonna replace Friends? How are we gonna replace Frasier? This is how we're gonna, and then cue the big screen. And then I was told all this needs to do is be like 85% what Friends was. Like, oh, you're not kidding. 85%. Like, just 85% of the big, okay.
But didn't it come out big?
Yeah, it came out big, but it wasn't, but it was trying to recapture
lightning.
Yeah, and it was months after the original went off the air. And you can't, you know, what was special about that show, most special was the chemistry between those six. And you can't just say, let's do that again. You know, you can't decide to do that. You have to get very, very, very lucky.
What TV family did you most identify with as a kid?
I was with the Keatons. I was Family Ties all the way. I was just a hyper little, very driven weirdo who understood that sort of dynamic with mom and dad and thinking you know better, and often being proven wrong at the kitchen counter at the end of my half hours with my parents too. Yeah, no, that was us.
Hi, I'm Judd Apatow. I'm David Mandel.
I'm Elizabeth Moss.
I'm Kevin Bacon. Billy Bob Thornton.
Thanks for watching The Hollywood Reporter on YouTube.
And sitting through the laundry detergent commercial it took to get here.
Make sure to subscribe for more videos from The Hollywood Reporter right here.